Today we're checking out MechaBellum. This video has been sponsored by Paradox Arc. I've had my eye on this game and was already making a video about it. Anyway, if you want to support, there's going to be a link in the description if you decide to check out the game. But yeah, Paradox Arc offered to sponsor, so gives me an excuse to try out a new strategy I was going to do anyway. We're going to be playing Mind Control only today. And by Mind Control only, I mean, of course, Mind Control mostly, because we do get other units, and yeah, the mind control is pretty fun in this game. You can just steal the entire enemy team. So we're going to be using this hacker bot, which has a few tiers, designated by different colors and so on and so forth. Although I do believe, I think, yeah, it can, oh no, those are just the different skins. Well, it can be upgraded beyond that, but this thing is pretty amazing. It can mind control one unit at a time, but if you give it the multi-control upgrade, it can get whole swarms of enemies. I do like the barrier upgrade because it just makes it a little bit more survivable. Range enhancement never hurt anyone. And an enhanced control causes the units that get mind controlled to immediately recover their HP. There is also one other upgrade that you can use, electromagnetic interference, which causes electromagnetic interference on hit, temporarily disabling the target unit's tech and decreasing its movement speed by 40%. And that's not that bad, but there's usually enough other people firing at you that I think I'm okay with these. By the way, by the time that I've published this, I suppose there will be a new unit coming out. It is the Sandworm, and there's going to be a new map. So I won't, unfortunately, be doing the Sandworm today because I'm just so interested in the mind control. But yeah, check it out because they're like adding to and changing this game. And it is pretty fun, just from like an addictive multiplayer standpoint. I really do like unironically enjoy this game, maybe to a dangerous extent. But we're going to start off here on the practice mode. I'm going to let's do one of the kind of cooler looking maps. I was just doing the training ground before, so let's do Forest Eye. I will just start on easy to just simply exemplify mind control at its finest. And we have spawned in with the mind control robots with their very sensual looking legs. I think that is probably my favorite part of it, but there they go, mind controlling right now. They're looking quite terrible because they're going against swarm enemies, which they're really not that great against, but they are kind of holding them back as they go. We'll get better upgrades. See, look how weak and fragile they are. But we're going to take these mind control robots and we're going to build them up over the course of a few rounds to just solo the entire enemy team with them. Or die horribly in the process, but hopefully the first one and not the second one. So this is more just the map I wanted to show. You know what, let's just do it for maybe one more round to just try swarming them, because I do like this map. I wish that this were in survival mode, because the survival mode is just sort of the industrial area, but I do really like this map. There are a great variety of maps that you could play on multiplayer, and generally I don't play multiplayer when I'm filming these videos for recording, just because it will get actually sweaty and competitive, and I tend to not be a very good commentator when I do those. But yeah, okay, here goes the mind control. So if we just start to swarm them very quickly, they are overwhelmed by the sheer amount of mind control. I know we're not particularly strong right now and we're losing, but let's take this to the actual survival mode and see how it does. So we're switching over to my favorite mode, survival mode, which goes way, way, way up in difficulty. I've been testing this out on, I've beaten it on very easy and normal. I just kind of want to climb up the ladder, just to show how this mind control strategy scales. So we're going to start off on very easy, and then we'll progress to normal and hard and insane, and see how far we can get in insane, because I do feel as though this strategy, or even if it gets a slight buff, or if it is slightly tweaked, can just be really, really ridiculously powerful, and also just way more fun than many of the other strategies, aside from perhaps the crawler-only strategy, which is also great fun and very enjoyable for the whole family. Fortunately, we have been given crawlers in this. Now, survival, you can see where the enemy spawns, so it is easier in that way. Oh, and by the way, whenever we don't get anything that allows us to use hackers, I'm just going to put that money toward more mind control bots. Crawlers, because crawlers do make an excellent distraction. We are going to get 2 more rows in front of this, so I'm going to put these rhinos right here. The rhinos are quite strong and they're pretty good. These crawlers are going to be a little bit faster, but I want room for a mind control bot in front of everything. I will end my deployment there. That's actually just going to be almost no money spent in this first round. We'll just get the money back and unlock another unit. It hardly makes any difference. Although we might lose this round. That is the one catch of this challenge. Is we're going to be quite terrible for the first few rounds. So just ignore the first few rounds. Look at our rhinos. The rhinos are pretty good, aren't they? Considering that I put 0 money into this round. Ooh, can you take out that sniper? Take out that sniper, please. Oh, very, very close, though. Very, very close. Okay, we had the crawlers take out the rest of them. Not bad for a round where we're spending no money. Okay, our crawlers are kind of getting separated here. We might be able to take out the other enemy tower before time goes on. Let's speed up time. So they are taking out our crawlers, and they did take out our other tower. But we took out theirs, so that really gives us the major combat advantage, and I would be ridiculously surprised. Wow, we actually did win that. How did we win that? How did we win that? We were not supposed to win that at all. Okay, whatever, alright. Okay, so we have a decent choice here. I'm gonna take the wasps, because I just need units that will distract en masse from my, hackers. Okay, so now we're gonna build hackers. I just kind of want to save these things up in the first couple of rounds because they're not really going to be that great. We're definitely going to lose over here, so I'm not worried about that. I'm just not even going to think about the conflict going on over here. I would like to just start to position my hackers in positions that will be, well, more and more difficult to hold on to as time goes on. I'm going to try to start to take this flank from over here, so we'll end deployment there. And we do have 72 left over. We could just upgrade that one unit of crawlers. We're just going to let them take this tower. I'm just going to pass on that. That's fine. In the meantime, we get this annoying flanking unit deployment done this round so that we can just insta-spawn them in the next couple of rounds. But look, we're starting to mind control these fangs over here. These are like kind of light, just generally do everything, but kind of terrible at everything in general units. Like jack of all trades. Okay, we've got some arc lights over here. These are, yeah, those are crowd control, so they have these little cannons that are pretty good for AoE. We will speed up time again. I'm not quite sure if we'll win this one because our mind control bots are just kind of lagging. Our mind control bots are very kind of terrible. They haven't really been upgraded yet, and they're bad at everything. But it looks like those wasps that we got at the beginning of this round are sort of surviving, so that's good. Hey, one of our mind control bots survived, too, for the added durability. Okay, so now we're on round 3. Is there anything that will directly benefit our designate the unit's movement path? Somewhat useful. I kind of hate all of this. This is pretty bad. I think I'm actually just going to skip this one. I'm not crazy about smoke bomb. I haven't really experimented with mind control. In fact, maybe I did that too soon. But I think we're going to get 2 more mind control bots, because what else would we be doing? And let's start to position these in front of everyone. Now, the beauty of mind control is that if you just totally take one flank, they really don't have any way of responding, which is my personal favorite. Now, we could increase their range, but right now we've got these hordes of enemies right here, so we could go for multi-control. However, I think that just something a little bit more generally useful, like survivability, will help these things keep their durability as the rounds go on. So, whoops, we're on very easy, so we don't actually even have durability, but whatever. It is kind of cool to have shields that also defends our swarms just a little bit. See, now not only is it mind controlling, but it's also slightly tanking, which is useful because, I mean, if our mind control bots fail, at least they soak up some damage. The only danger here is if the mind control bots... Here we go, cool. Aw, we almost hypnotized their thing. It looks like we did too much damage in time, though. Really, the rest of our troops are just kind of too good right now. Those wasps were pretty good early on. I will speed up and maybe... Cool, you're being distracted by your own thing. Cool. Alright, these marksmen, these upgraded marksmen are actually quite dangerous. But we just hypnotized one, so now he's ours. I love that. Take their best units. I love mind control. We're gonna get even more mind control now. Ooh, decreases the upgrade. Oh, wow. This is a ridiculously good upgrade because it just allows you to freely upgrade your crawlers. But for the sake of this playthrough, I'm actually going to take Shield Device Specialist simply because we're doing mind control. Although this is stupidly overpowered and broken. It is an amazing upgrade. I should do that, but I'm not going to because of this. Okay, so now we are getting yet even more mind control. The problem with this round is the fact that they have only one aerial unit. We may actually want to buy a different unit this round simply because of everything that's going on. Or we could just ignore all of that and get more mind control. No, unfortunately, I think I am going to have to do the right boring thing. Well, we'll get multi-control because we're going against swarms. We'll allow that. And then at the same time, let's get... let's just... You know what? We'll just opt to lose this round so that we can reinvest into more mind control, because why play tactically and well when you could do something goofy, right? And I now need one mind controller defending this flank, so we will end our deployment. So we're completely dominant on this side, and we just insta-mind control everyone. Look, we've already mind controlled some of them. They haven't even spawned in. That's amazing. It is honestly insulting what we are doing to them. We are just... It is the ultimate game of why are you hitting yourself, you know? Except the one problem with the crawlers is they are unable to hit aerial units, so we're just going to lose this round because we have nothing that can hit them in the air. But, you know, I didn't want to waste the time not getting more mind control, so I'm just opting to take the hit. It's fine. We'll just go down by 600 HP. Alright, the problem is if we do get one very strong round of aerial. So since we have no answer to aerial units, I think we will just get some Phoenixes. Phoenicians, Phoenicians, whatever they are, they're aerial units and they target aerial stuff. So, they do have a battleship over here. Do we have any enemy units that we can hypnotize and they get... No, there's kind of odd... This is an unusual occurrence. Usually you have some enemy unit that you could hypnotize that could then hit their aerial units, but this time it appears that no, that is not what we are running into. So we will just put these phoenixes behind things. In the interim, methinks a little bit more range wouldn't hurt anyone because, yeah, like we kind of killed off some of their range when we did the swarm control thing, so let's just undo that. And in the meantime, we will just put another one down there because we are on very easy and we don't actually have durability, so this is totally fine. Okay, so they don't recover their HP, but we're mind controlling them too fast. We have mind controlled almost the entire enemy team already. Look, that guy's single-handedly mind controlled just about everyone over there. Oh no, I stand corrected, but he did enough. Okay, we did get the debuff there. Sometimes this also doesn't work and we are just horribly killed. I should also mention that, but I mean, at the very least, like, you know, we've mind-controlled half the enemy team, so they can't really have any meaningful comeback. Okay, it looks like we're going to lose another round here. Whatever, fine, I can live with that. We still have plenty of HP left, actually less than half of it, but just ignore that. Okay, they have a really big mind control bot this time. I will increase the speed of everything because that helps me walk more sensually and quickly. And then in the meantime, let us build more mind control bots and just put them on the other flank because I don't want to insta-give this one up. We will spawn them in over here so that they spawn early because we're not in such a great position right now, but just ignore that and imagine like everything is doing a little bit better than it is. Now, I never said that this strategy was easy. It is fun. And when it does work, it works really well. But when it doesn't work, yeah, it kind of sucks. So let's just see if we can turn the tide of battle right now and insta-win over here. Cool, so we've mind-controlled a missile turret. We are mind-controlling their big guy. Okay, he is turning on their big mind control thing, but they're also mind controlling us because they have a big mind control bot. Well, we have outbeaten the mind control bot, and now we have almost entirely taken this one flank before they're able to do anything to us. So now we have just used their entire army to turn a new army on them, which is kind of a ridiculous sentence to be saying. Now we have destroyed their mind control bot. They'll destroy our tower, but that's fine. We're going to destroy their tower in a second, too. Cool. Okay, even Steven. And it looks like we'll take out almost all of their stuff. Cool. So we're back to normal as long as we don't not beat them in time. There we go. Cool. Just those last crawlers. So that was not too much aerial stuff. That is a much better victory here. Cool. Not too much aerial stuff again, so that is going to be way better for us. We could redeploy barrier, ground giant units. We really didn't get very good upgrades this time. I think I will build maybe one giant unit, just because why let that go to waste? Let's build a fortress, because it is somewhat of a useful unit to have just for soaking up some damage. We will put that between these two mind control bots, because I do need something else here to, well, do something. And then that will have an even bigger shield so that we have 3 shields to absorb everything. Now we're talking. We still don't have enough for enhanced control. That is a pretty good upgrade, so I will attempt to get something like that going in a minute. But in the meantime, let's just build one more mind control bot because, well, that's the entire strategy right here. And we want another one over on this side because it's just not enough. And then we will upgrade you, and you can also get an upgrade that will upgrade your attack and your HP. And, okay, now that is quite a lot of mind control, even if it is... Good, look, we just instantly took over the enemy squads. Now it's... they still do have a lot of wasps over here, but we've just mind controlled them much too fast for them to react in time. It's basically like some sort of ground level blitzkrieg. See, we've just taken their entire army over here, so hopefully that will be enough to mind control whatever is left. And look, even as their HP drops, the mind controlling gets easier. So now we have... Even though that we had no anti-air, we've just somehow created enough stuff in order to beat their aerial units. This is the ultimate goal of the mind control strategy, is just ignore everything and enjoy, you know? Unless if, by some act of God, they do have a lot of counters to your stuff in one round, in which case you are a little bit screwed. But hopefully that's the one round, and one round only in which that happened. Okay, so where do we not have a response to aerial combat? These things have kind of short range, these wraiths. I think I will put that right there, front and center, just something right in the middle to just do some stuff. Okay, let's have the enhanced control so that anything that they mind control instantly repairs. And by the way, the upgrades do translate to all of the units, so that is pretty great. And then let's just keep trying to build to our maximum capacity every single round. I'm just going to try to build a solid wall of mind control bots, except for what is this? We do have some crawlers over here. And the ultimate goal of mind control is... Or I should say, I mean, obviously the ultimate goal of mind control is mind control, but the one thing that can potentially go wrong with mind control, or a common pitfall, is that you take over one side of the battlefield and you don't move fast enough. So I'm just going to spawn in this guy this round so that later on we can... Like, you want to just take the entire enemy team at once and leave no hope of retaliation with the mind control strategy. So when that does happen, it is pretty great to watch, not gonna lie. All right. Okay. See, this is what can go wrong is... I mean, it is good to completely take over one flank, because then we just get them. We just get them at the beginning of the round. But you can also wind up with a whole trail of hackers walking around in the background, which can be problematic because then they don't get to their target in time. But otherwise, though, that is pretty good. It's just good to have them ubiquitously everywhere. Okay, have they spawned anywhere in the back by our flanks this time? Apparently not. This is quite good, but I think I'm just going to lean on my strategy more, just for the sake of, you know, the content. I will give you a heavy shield since you're kind of front and center. One thing I wish with these little upgrades is you could undo them, because I can't seem to figure out a way to do that, because I have accidentally misclicked on the wrong unit before, which does cause great sadness inside of me. I think we could probably take over. This is the final round, actually, so there's not really much point in improving our flank here anymore. They are going to just bomb this entire center section, but we're just gonna, we're just gonna ignore that and continue doing the things we were doing anyway. We'll upgrade the rest of our units. This is the final round for very easy, so far mind control has worked out pretty well. And I do believe that we will get the dub on this run. Let's go ahead and throw in a sentry missile just somewhere where we don't have anything, because why not? That's a pretty good place to start. And maybe another sentry missile over around here, and then another one over here, just because we don't have anything left to spend our money on. Now, they do have a goodly number of aerial units, but probably not enough. We've instantly taken out their swarms. This is one of my favorite ones. We've got the Scorpion. Unfortunately, though, that's not really going to make a huge difference. We may actually... Will we lose this one? I'm not sure there was enough to mind control. They're sort of like holding the front. But yeah, there they go, instantly getting back their HP. Might be that the upgraded units have some type of mind control. No, they don't actually have mind control resistance, do they? Amazing. Okay, so we've taken over everything. They're tanks. And that's it. We have beaten the AI. We have just won on very easy. Like, kind of cool, but perhaps not all that impressive. So let's go back out to the lobby, but it is kind of impressive that I didn't have to replay at all. That was just the first time. Mind control, at least on this difficulty, is fairly reliable. Normal is the difficulty of now. Nobody mind controls better than me. Although I will admit, like, after a couple of tests, like, it does require some testing out. Naturally, after tests, things require testing. So let's go ahead and put down these fangs. We've got a fang and steel ball spawn this time. And we're just going to try to be heavily lopsided to one side of the combat. I'm thinking that if we do this, we will debuff them pretty fast and early on. Cool, so we have the fangs and the steel balls there. And then maybe for round one, we just invest in some crawlers, and when we don't have anything else to get, we just put that into more crawlers. Because I've noticed in this game, if everything else fails, you just buy more crawlers, and like your life will be a breeze. Okay, end deployment. Let's try that. That way, these crawlers can pretty much take this entire flank, and then we have the doubled up flank over here. Wow, those steel balls are actually quite fast, aren't they? That is surprising and somewhat urgent. So, okay, so they've taken out most of the crawlers, but didn't even take out all of the crawlers. How are crawlers this good? They're just too good. Oh, God. Okay. Well, that lets us take out one of their towers and use the rest of our fangs. Our fangs are also equally terrible, but they're, well, at least hopefully they'll be around for, mopping up at the very end, because there's always just a massive mess all over the place. Now, just fangs versus fangs. We have more fangs, and we're okay. Alright, so that is round one. Not necessarily the most mind-controliest of rounds. I'm thinking that because we are going to struggle with anti-air combat, let's just get a Wraith in there right now. This is going to struggle a bit against this thing, but whatever. You live and you learn. Or you don't learn. You just live. Or you die. But hopefully not, not anytime soon. Let's go ahead and maybe put that Wraith. We just don't want it to get targeted by their marksmen, so maybe somewhere in the middle of the battlefield. And I'm thinking that perhaps we make space for potentially a mind control robot in front of it. Although this does have very short range. Maybe I will put it in from the side, but let's put it kind of further back, just so that it's something that they have to have an answer to at the very end of the fight. I think that is enough of a slap in the face in order to slap them in the face. All right, let's go ahead and put in just more crawlers. Yes, I'm going to avoid hackers for one more round, only whilst we're still getting set up here. They have artillery over here, and artillery is just terrible against crawlers. It's good against kind of slow-moving swarms, like our fangs. Unfortunately, we did get stuck with fangs, but there are worse starts, It would have been a little bit better to get crawlers, but then maybe would have had only crawlers, and that's not so amazing, is it? All right, so we are just ruining their day over here, except we got to take out that marksman. There we go. Good. Marksman down. The way is cleared. I am in excitement for what lay beyond. What does lay beyond? Got these balls wasting their time with the... There we go. Oh no, they've destroyed one of our towers. Doesn't really make a huge difference, though. Alright, now it's time for some mind control. Oh no, they've got 2 crawlers. This is what I'm saying. Crawlers are just so good. Wait for my video on just pure crawler swarm. Crawlers are so good, man. Alright, round 3. I think it's time for some hackers now. What do we have? Shield airdrop. Damage ascension. No. Nothing really that good here. Right, but you know what? Like, shield's not too bad, especially if a unit is getting kind of weak. We'll kind of keep that shield around. Yeah, keep that shield right there. Especially because right now, we are gonna get murdered by this Arclight. This is going to be a horrible round. Awful in every possible way. I'm tempted to just stray away from my planned strategy, but let's go ahead, let's get a move on with the mind control. Why don't we do that, is what they ask. Let's put that underneath the shield as well. Just so that they spend some time underneath the same umbrella together, bonding, loving, and living. That is actually all that we have for the deployment of for right now. You know, it feels like a little bit like sacrilege to upgrade something else, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. Yeah, we'll figure it out later. That's fine. Hopefully this shield will defend me. Good, okay. Shield's being had. We are being safe underneath the shield. The Arclight is just wrecking us, unfortunately. But, I mean, tell me something that I didn't already know. With these anti-unit bots, the steel ball should take out that Arclight. Okay, it's doing a pretty decent job, and we converted it in the end. Made it turncoat. Made of it a turncoat. So we have got our first successful brainwashing. Amazing. Okay, there we go. Nothing stirs my morale quite so much as seeing the sensual walk of a mind control hacker bot, crossing the battlefield, picking people off, and changing their minds. Okay, not bad. Honestly, that Wraith, knowing the shortcomings of the hackers, too, has aided in my grand crusade for, victory. So let's go ahead. Increasing movement speed is pretty much always going to be a good thing. All ground units by 3 is stupidly good. So, yeah, I will take that, obviously. I'm thinking, yeah, we just kind of want to continue the all-unit spam, although we are being greeted with a lot of swarms right now. I think if we do multi-control... Oh, that shield actually lasts for 2 rounds. Wow, that is something, man. Okay, let's get more people underneath that shield. Everyone gather around under the umbrella. Let's have more, because this is, after all, a mind control video, right? We will position this one just a little bit behind, just so that it has some time to level up. After all, if they're moving faster, they can get to the front lines a bit faster, too. Am I right or am I right? Let's just continue upgrading units otherwise, indiscriminately. It seems as though we did lose a crawler over there, so that is unfortunate, but... You know, that flank was pretty weak anyway to begin with. We're just going to continue with the taking of them. Cool, the speed. I can see the speed. I am speed. Yeah, speed. Look at all the green health bars over there. Great, okay, so we've turned their crawlers against them, all the while staying underneath our beamy energy shield. And cool, like, this side is such a thorough victory, man. They really look like something out of 1950s sci-fi. I love this unit design. I wish we could field the big ones that the AI gets, because I would definitely spend points on that one big mind control bot. It's just so goofy. Alright. Round 5. As long as we don't have too much in the air, we'll be okay. Mustang wouldn't be bad. Overlord is also pretty good, but... I think the level 6 Mustang is more like must-have. Let's go ahead and put that there just so that crawler can hopefully survive a little bit longer. Man, that shield is held up nicely. Let's go ahead and do... We have 1046 resources. Methinks let's just keep our mind control bots super far away for right now so that they can just stand back and go pew, pew, you know? That seems like a legitimate strategy for right now. We'll put this one over here. And then perhaps also to... We will start to get them their own shields. And let's have maybe someone over here to defend from this because these guys are about to die, it looks like. In fact, whatever, you can afford to give up some durability. I know these guys aren't going to do particularly well in this combat, but... Or should we just abandon this? Nah, I feel bad abandoning it. Okay, just random upgrades. End deployment. Come on, hackers. I know you're not going to do a very good job over here, but at least you'll be far away when you're doing it. Yeah, you did something. Good job. Moral support. We don't want to lose them completely, but this is good right here. Yeah, look at that. That's nice. Okay, so we did get one of their arc lights. Do we actually have anything at all that can... Okay, we do have the fangs. Those can deal with the phoenixes. Yeah, we should be fine. I always look in these fights for, does the enemy have too much shield or does the enemy have too much air support? Because those are the two things that the hackers are quite terrible against. It might behoove us to get, like, a melting point or something just so that we could take out big shields. Immune to electromagnetic interference and hackers control immune to paralysis. No. Could do ion blast. Honestly, I think I'm just going to... I know that this is good, but I think I just need the money right now. I think I can do more with that. We lost a unit of crawlers. I am sad, but I'll get over it. I think barriers now, just to help aid in the survivability of these other units. I should have done that before, but oh well. And then... So, hackers are good, but they also just kind of need something else. And right now I'm looking at melting points this round, so I'm just going to get 2 crawlers and then maybe I'll upgrade other people, because I guess I could have done that before. Who else deserves an upgrade? You do, and you get an upgrade, and you get an upgrade. And yours costs only 50, so I'll take that. Very... Well, I mean, sorta good. So this energy shield just kind of sticks around. That's quite amazing. Right, they aren't flanking us. I think that's fine because we have all the crawlers for the melting points. I guess I should say... yeah, I already kind of said that. Mostly mind control. But look at the good mind control happening on that melting point, man. We might even get that because look at how tied up it is with our crawlers. Wow, now it's my melting point. That's such a big unit to get. And look, are we going to be able to successfully mind control one of their mind controllers? I always love it when that happens. Look, we have done it. We now have our own big mind controller, which is de-mind controlling the things that it just mind controlled. Inception. I mean, hackerception. Whatever it is, that was quite good. Hacker v hacker meta. Now, they do have a lot of aerial stuff this time. Vulcan. I don't really need a Vulcan at all right now. I could more use... Okay, promotion no longer consumes supplies, but I probably just paid for all the promotions then. Who has the most experience among us? I think this guy has a shield on a shield, so he probably is the one that most deserves this upgrade. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, not saying much else than that. Okay, so we need something that's going to be anti-air because otherwise we are going to insta-die this round. So I think we're going to have to unlock something. Phoenixes wouldn't be bad. It would be pretty good. We could also go for the, not Scorpion. Who'zuma call it? Have we already unlocked it and I just didn't even notice it? It was the other, no, not the Scorpion. It was the Tornado or something like that. Arclight, not Arclight. Rhino, Wasp, Mustang, no. Sledgehammer, Stormcaller, Steel Ball. No, 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 no. Not melting point. What was it? Never mind, I'm missing it. Okay, I will just get wasp because wasps generally work with my general strategy right here. And they're just all over the place, small units that kind of distract from everything else while I mind control your entire team, and they can hit aerial stuff, so that is nice. I will put them also too maybe nearby this shield, or maybe by this one because we are like getting a nice group hug right here. Let's go ahead and have maybe who else is upgradable. You're upgradable and you are about to die, so that's fine. And then let's just continue upgrading our mind control so that we can hopefully mind control faster. I believe because of the faster attack. We're on round 7 right here. Still kind of need a little bit more mind control, but that's just because we had so many rounds with things that didn't really respond to mind control, so we'll just have to make up for those flaws later on. 50. I guess I could have just done bigger upgrade purchases, but whatever. I figure it's just more HP in the way of allowing me to do the thing that I do best, which you know what that is. Okay, so how are the Wraiths doing? The Wraiths are doing pretty much okay. This is very weird. We have, like, fangs that are just hiding underneath the shields of the mind control bots, and that's all of our anti-air, pretty much. I don't know, what have I... God, there were just so few ground units in this one. That could have gone really bad, too, if we'd just lost it all, but... I guess we're okay. Petition for mind control to hit the skies. Yes, yes. Alright, so now we are fully upgraded with these mind control bots. Vulcan... Typhoon, that's what I was thinking of. Okay, give me some Typhoons. Yeah, I like Typhoons. When I get them with the air specialty, which maybe I'll save up some money for that. So we've got melting points here. Not a bad round. Oh, I didn't get enhanced control. Okay, so we will buy that. And I guess just that, really, because... Nah, let's get another one, because the whole goal of this is to just have an entire line full of mind control bots. We don't really need to flank, because they're already just so close to their front line. But just look at that. That's kind of intimidating. Like, we might just take your whole army right off the bat now. Which we pretty much are doing. Okay, this side is going to suffer here. The Typhoons might be able to survive underneath that shield for a bit. Not anymore, though. Not so much anymore. Fangs, are you still alive down there? Maybe for a little while longer. Maybe for a little bit. Okay, and we got their melting point. Melting point's good, because that can hit aerial stuff, and they've got a few strong aerial units here. Because we really don't have much other answer to the rest of this. Oh no, melting point. Why have you betrayed me? Melting point v melting point. Ah! Yes! We mind controlled it in time. Okay, there we go. The beauty of mind control bots combining with other things. I do like that they only need to get up to the amount of HP that's remaining on the enemy unit, because otherwise we lost a ton of durability that round. Do we have any giant units? Do intensive training, that would be kind of interesting. I think this is going to be too expensive. I'm just not going to... Recovering HP. Do we really have anything that would be worth putting that on? We just don't have any giant units. No, and I don't really want to start now, but this is round 9, so do we have any big thing we could hit it with? Okay, I will take Missile Strike, just because Missile Strike is going to aid us right now. Let's also have another shield right here, and I will strike the missile there. What do we have? 1067. Ooh, free upgrade. Got the free upgrade. Wow. Hooray. I guess I could do one melting point. That would be a giant unit, though, and I would immediately go back on what I just said I would do. We haven't lost a single battle yet. Mind control really, really struggles against big shields, is the one drawback, which there always seems to be one at the very end. Always seems to be that. I may just get a melting point of my own here. Except what if it gets caught up with the swarms. Nah, let's just get more mind control, because that's what this video is about. That's what you came here for, was mind control. Although I think maybe we put them behind our other units this time. And I don't have much hope for this flank either. I gotta say, I don't think that one will go very well. So I'm going to upgrade the other units. Yeah, they just didn't have their time to shine this time. Too many shields got in the way. So mind control, like, I will say this can be pretty easily countered. I do like it just because of how goofy the strategy is, but yeah, like, you kind of need to know its weak points if you want to excel, is what I've been saying. Right, let's try that one out. So, how's the shield doing? Okay, that one missile did, like, nothing. See, this side is falling like, well, honestly, like toast. Oh, God, it's horrible. Look at the size of that thing. Okay, we are through the shield now, though. Now we're starting to mind control just everyone on the enemy team. But will it be enough in time? Ooh, probably not. Nope. Well, we still somehow... Did we win? We did somehow win! I have the moral victory because I got only mind control bots. With 34 health remaining. Okay, so just to kind of recap, I mean, mind control is fun. It's not that good. I like it because when it does work, it's so goofy. Although its two weaknesses really are aerial units, especially when the enemy team has like only crawlers out as their other units, because just nothing can hit the aerial units then. Or you mind control all the ground units and you take all the towers, but then you're just standing there. Or against shields, they're pretty terrible, so that is the one other drawback. I do stand by the swarm targeting upgrade just because there's so many swarms, you know, you gotta have some answer to them. But, I mean, that last round there, I definitely would have got a melting point just to take down these shields, but I did it for the sake of the challenge. And I somehow still won because of how great it was otherwise, but just so you're aware of its shortcomings. Now we're going to try something out just a little bit harder, and that is, well, hard. If we succeeded this far, then maybe we will finally reach the failure point of this strategy, which very easy, worked out well. Normal, I've had mixed results. I'd say I've won half the time. I actually edited out my other ones because they weren't good attempts. So it's not as easy as it looks. And yes, it's due to the things that were happening that time. I feel like it would be demoralizing to post the one where I lose. So there is that. But then there's hard. And hard is hard. The show must go on, and so we commence with hard difficulty, which, as you can probably imagine, is more difficult than all the others preceding it. We're going to need a lot of good RNG if we want to survive now, and it looks like we have it with these crawlers here in front of us, crawling around like little people. We will deploy more or less the same way as we did the last times. Okay, so they're pretty much weak to crawlers all around, so that is allowed. I do realize that these are traveling at 16 meters per second. Oh, these are also at 16 meters per second, so they will maintain formation, all other things equal. We will leave them thus, then, in this case. Although these ones will be horribly, horribly killed over here. So that is not particularly amazing. I'm thinking, then, in that case, we are going to have to, again, go against the spirit of the challenge and hold off on hackers. Because as much as I like hackers, I also like winning. And I must win at all costs. Otherwise, I will cry. So let's... just have tons and tons of crawlers indiscriminately. Nothing really matters aside from the number of crawlers that a man commands, after all. So we have not a bad start to combat here. Our crawlers have overwhelmed them. Crawlers beat fangs, all other things being equal. It looks like our crawlers are going to take out their tower, which is great, and we also take out the other tower, leading to a massive debuff, and oh my god. God, when I'm commentating this, I feel like John Madden commentating Madden, which is quite amazing. Wow. Okay, round 2. We've made it. So again, our weakness, if you will, is aerial combat. So although I don't think that aerial stuff is going to do particularly great here, I also think maybe nothing will do that great here. So let's just go ahead and leave these here in. Perhaps we will stack these behind our crawler line. These pieces of artillery should not upset us too much, so I'm thinking just leaving those there is fine. All right, okay. Gradually, we must begin the movement toward the hacker meta, but at the same time, you know, also just let's continue with what works, because after all, we are on hard, and hard is, as you can imagine, very difficult. We will go ahead and put these guys just kind of near, crawling indiscriminately everywhere, and also in front of these guys since they're slightly missing some durability, and spend the last 50 on upgrading them. We just want to spam and overwhelm them with crawlers. One thing that does work really well with the hackers, I'll say, well, crawlers work with pretty much everything, because whatever is your other intended strategy, the crawlers will just confuse the enemy to no end when you do that. I have noticed this in several, not one, but several of my playthroughs. That is to say, it is pretty much the dominant strategy as long as they don't have air, or a lot of air, in which case you could clean it up with a few other things. But look at that. The way has been made safe for hackers. See, look at that. Steel balls stand no chance to almost anything. But look at this. Look at this, bro. Very cool. All right, so we can speed up. So we're into hard 3 rounds. Unfortunately, we have not built a hacker, so I guess I'm eating my hat right now. Maybe the hackers aren't really that good. But let's just try see if we can get something to happen. I haven't done a War Factory build because the first one I did was War Factory and it was so bad. Just so bad. Okay. Energy shields. We might as well begin now. You know, I think I'm going to put the energy shield actually on the Phoenix because I need something to defend us in the air, don't I? Otherwise, who am I even? We are not being flanked. We do have access to hackers now. So be it. Hackers will be had by me. So let's position those along our periphery again. I think, you know, what the hey, they will go in with the crawlers. Whoops, I just accidentally repositioned that one twice. Let's put them along the outer edges just so that they're not, like, target maybe number 1. In fact, let me just position this one a little bit further back because I can always build another one later. 3, yeah, that's good. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3. There we go. Just that way they're out of, like, being the first thing being fired upon because I still think the crawlers are great at soaking up damage and dealing damage, so we'll leave it like that. As far as everything else, Wraiths are going to be distracted enough by the crawlers, and then our Phoenixes can go in against them. All right, that is good enough for me. It really reminds me of that scene from, do you remember in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, when the clones come out and they appear? This is what this screen reminds me of. And let me tell you, it gives me great pleasure. Oh no, they've taken out... Oh god, they took out our Phoenixes from over there. That's unfortunate. Are our Phoenixes... How are they doing against these things? No, that is very bad. This is what I'm saying, is that against, like, air stuff, we're just very, very weak. Especially considering... I know I picked crawlers, but... Even so. Laddie Buck. Okay, this is a fantastic upgrade. Increases the range of all ranged units to a range that no one had even arranged. Alright, I think in that case, well, this isn't really a great round for hacking either, so we could just double up on other stuff, or we could put them somewhere else. What would it behoove us to do? You know, I think if we just got them, like, as ranged as possible so that it is very, very, very far. Astoundingly much so far that we could outrange them. 3. Okay, here we go. That's good. So that way we can just begin the brainwashing. Brainwash. Brainwash. There we go. Good. So we basically don't even have to move up in order to brainwash. We can just brainwash from safely from far away, and everything is just fine. Everything is just hunky-dory, dandy, sunshine and rainbows. Fantastic. Is that an enemy? Yeah, that is an enemy, but they stand no chance against our crawlers running amok on the ground. Here we are. All right. And it looks like we've brainwashed. Brainwash. So this wave was totally fine. No issues here. No error. Exactly according to plan. And, it gets worse. It gets much, much worse. See, this is the problem with hard mode. This is where things start to break down, and everything that I had explained would be fine before, as it turns out, is actually not fine. I'm going to try to just get more, cannon fodder. Or would Mustangs be better? What would get us through this one round in particular? Now, Fangs will not hold up against those Vulcans. And they've also got other stuff. But just the fact that it's 4 squads of Fangs and they are leveled up is quite nice. So, okay. Yeah, fine. Okay, very well then. I hope that this works out. We have 1037 resources. I think that the best one here to buy, probably not going to be the group conversion. Maybe barrier, just so that we have a little bit of defense against those Vulcan things. And then I'm thinking maybe now that we have those barriers, we put in a couple more just to defend our, like, swarms. Would have been nice to have one here. You know what I might be able to do is something like that. That way we have a nice, nice shield there. And is anyone about to run out of durability? You're kind of low on durability. I will upgrade you. And then, oh wow, that's amazing. I can upgrade yet even another one. Alright, hopefully something will happen. No one is in the background, fortunately, because I did not look at that at all. Okay, unfortunately the melting point has gone directly for our shields, and then the Vulcan just is going to town on everyone else. Surprisingly, the right flank is doing just a little bit better, but will we brainwash in time? Is the question. It looks like we might actually brainwash this Vulcan in time. Okay, and it worked fantastically over here, but nowhere else, just nowhere else was this level of luck to be had. Okay, so fantastic work on this side. That side, the story is much, much different. The brainwashing is going all according to plan. Good. Managing to do this. But I'm guessing this is going to be a big L unless if we manage to get some really lucky brainwash. But it looks like they're just going to hit against melting point. Yeah, alright, we need to go in a little bit harder onto the brainwashing. We might get one more good chance at this. This strategy, not gonna lie, does start to fall apart in the higher difficulties, just because you start to see things like melting points and, you know, stuff that is pretty good against brainwashing. I will do amplifying core to hopefully just power up somebody to the teeth. We will upgrade you. Methinks not too many big swarms this round. This is actually a decent looking mind control round. Mind control. I think we just get another 2 just to see if we can get this strategy to win big. And if it doesn't, then probably eat my hat, which I could, you know, potentially see happening from here on in. Let's just, for the sake of argument, continue upgrading all of our mind control people. Mind control, mind control. 337. You know, we have so many crawlers. I'm doing this for survival now. Go subterranean blitz and see if that helps. Just stay untargetable for a while. Get up close and personal. I need this to happen. Although I think we'll just win this round anyway, just because I think our brainwashing technology is simply too powerful for the masses to understand. They have de-brainwashed the thing that we brainwashed. Alright, but we debuffed them, so we're fine. This is such an odd battle to watch take place. Look, we're brainwashing their brainwasher while it's attempting to brainwash something back. Now, our brainwashed brainwasher is brainwashing their brainwasher. Wow. I almost forgot who I was there. Decreases the teleportation time for strike units deploys at the enemy's rear for by 50%. That's not that bad. But a tactical nuke is also fun. You know, we're gonna die here anyway, so, well, you know, we might actually burrow with the crawling. Let's see if we can take this one, only because it's free, and I really am a big fan of the flanking maneuvers. I really am. But we are dealing with yet many more units this time around, so I'm thinking if we do multi-control, maybe 2 more people, we upgrade the people who are about to depart from us, and then we can still fit in 2 hacker units, just because why not? I mean, stick with the theme, but maybe we put them somewhere, like, a little bit safer. Somewhere like here, that potentially could work. Potentially. And then perhaps we put another one here-ish. Another 167 to spend. We've got upgrade for 500. Okay, give me better Phoenixes, because those guys are deploying a shield, so I want to keep them alive. Okay, end our deployment. Look at all that good shield being had by us. So less time to deploy. I did manage to get one of them deployed. I am proud of myself. Somehow we may actually manage to brainwash this thing as well. Good, we got one of their 2 of their fortresses. Wow. God, we really got to get that HP buff when we do brainwash it. Almost always a good thing unless if it gets de-brainwashed. Oh god, there was one in the background. Nobody even saw it, although look at this battle now, man. Look at that battle. Unfortunately, they did get us. It's like War of the Worlds in the back lane right here. Now, you do want to be careful, because if you don't manage to take them out completely in the round, you will lose some points, and hence some health, so you got to be careful with that. What do we have the most of? We just need bulk that can distract from our... Okay, I will take 3 squads of wasps. That's acceptable. Okay. Put the wasps there. Oh god. That's awful. Okay, put that there. And then maybe put another one... Put that thing back where it came from. Let's put this one here. Just for, like, more crap around the center. And then in the interim... okay, give me enhanced control, and then I will take one of these, and what the hell, give me another crawler. Movement. Alright, that's good. We pretty much have shields stretched out across the entire front line. Nobody's coming from back here. Is anyone low on... no, I can't upgrade them. Can I get... I'll get 1 squad of crawlers. Okay, that's acceptable. Arguably, you know, since we're at that 50% time right here... Yeah, I'm gonna put it here. Just for the sake of flanking a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then perhaps another squad of crawlers here, just because if we could totally take 1 back flank, ooh, spicy stuff happens. Unfortunately, everything is a battleship, and I just completely neglected to see that. Why was I not looking at that? Man, these rhinos are upgraded too. Okay, we just horribly died. That's the end of us. Okay, somebody is going to town on these. Oh yeah, I forgot that Phoenixes are just amazing against battleships. Unless if we've got all of our buildings destroyed, that is to say. Maybe we will recover from the debuff in a second. And no, that wasn't enough for the battleships. It's alright. Okay, well, we still have our wasps around. We've brainwashed their rhino, and we got its full HP back. That rhino is upgraded, and it is pretty good. We do have 1 more of those brain drain rays around here. I don't know how we got that. These things must have brain drain resistance. Yeah. I do believe that gives it, like, brainwashing resistance. I believe I'm dead, then? Am I dead? I'm not dead, surprisingly. Wow, that's impressive. I really misplayed that. Okay, you know what? Give me amplifying core. I love being amplified. Put it onto this flank, then. Let's have a strong right flank. Who else requires money? You need money, and you need money. There we go, not too shabby. I mean, it is pretty shabby, though. Flankingment. Well, we have, like, group flank. We have pretty much everything I was talking about. Let's go ahead and put you there. We'll just put one way there in the back lane. Way in the back lane. And then can we upgrade any more? Because, you know, for the sake of testing this out, I'm doing this for science. I never did this to win. I just said that it was all about brainwashing this video, not about winning necessarily. I mean, well, I guess I did. But I didn't mean it. What did I mean? I do think we stand a chance at this one because of the sheer number of marksmen. Unless if they're very resistant to brainwashing. Which I may have screwed us over because of our swarm conversion. You know how I'm able to, like, brainwash swarms faster? So there is that, which is a little bit problematic. Except that if that guy just shoots me before anything happens... Okay, we've just totally converted their entire backline. This was a really weird one, wasn't it? We're just losing too many troops, though, it seems to me. Debuff. This is a rather difficult round to win in many situations. Aside from if you play all crawler, just the powered up marksman build when they get it is a dreaded one. You can hit so many things, it's versatile, and it's like just sniping everything. We got Vulcan's Descent, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Hard to argue with that one. I mean, just a free Vulcan in the back line, yeah. Oh, I could just put it up here, too. It's pretty great. I mean, seeing as we're converting these swarms, though, I'm not sure there's much point to this. Oh, well, okay, try to put it there. Or do I even think that we'll... Yeah, cancel this. I'll feel dumb if I don't win, because... What are these, rhinos? Yeah, we're not doing too well against rhinos. I'd better just take... And I know that's not really good against rhinos. Just right now I need everything that I can get. Okay, like I said, it's the hacker meta. Even though that it's not the meta, we're gonna just act like it is. We're just gonna act like it is. Okay, I might as well take full advantage of that flanking advantage, right? You there... You violated the law. Stop, criminal scum. There we are. Alright, another one. Now I'm just saying random things. I feel bad that the mind control isn't just like a straight dub. You do actually still have to think about it, unfortunately, but... I mean, win or lose, I still feel like I have the moral victory just for controlling everything, you know? Alright, let's end the deployment there. A couple more upgrades, although I... do fear that the sheer number of shields may prevent us from targeting anything. Yeah, okay, see, we're getting this one rhino, but much too much time mayhaps had passed. We did debuff them, but is that really causing me to do more damage? And he just walked straight through my shields. Oh, bruh, he was so close. I think that might be the one real kick in the teeth with the, Are those our rhinos? Okay, we've converted their rhinos to ours. Somehow we won by a lot on the left side, because I thought that was just total death right there. Apparently not. Okay, we won by a lot, but we totally lost on the other flank. But you could see how that could swing very dramatically, you know? Okay, so we have either 4 marksmen, 4 scorpions, 3 Vulcans. Well, we've already kind of got an answer to their Vulcan-y types of things. There's lots of swarms this time around. Part of me feels like, actually, those marksmen might not be that bad, but the overlords are definitely not bad either. But the level 6 on the marksman is pretty sweet. It's also level 3 overlords. Alright, give me the overlords, see what we do. Because those will poop out more things if time goes on, right? If I buy them the right upgrades. Oops, there we go. Alright, Not even questioning it, just going in with more hackers. For science. Are those mine? No, those are the enemy. That is not a good place to put that, but... Don't care how. I want it now. Yeah. Okay, upgrade all of them just for the sake of going for the full mind control meta. And then after that, we'll think about some of the other units. We are unable to upgrade you. I am sorry, sir. Come back later and we'll have more. Upgrade you. Okay, crawlers are the other thing that we have, so we might as well. Increase the unit's movement speed and attack interval. We might as well get them in their faces a little bit faster, because that's always a good thing. And anybody else need an upgrade? We don't actually have enough. I suppose I didn't have to upgrade everything, but... Okay, we can do this. Let's do Mothership on our battle... Overlords. Whoops, I always call those battleships for some reason. I'm going to put these guys very, very far back. And maybe like here, just because I find the more time that they have, that's like some sustain. You want to come out strong and hit them hard, but then after that, you want a good sustain, which we'll be getting from these overlords. So we'll get some wasps there. Wowzers. Man, that artillery just really ripped us apart. And also, we just had no answer to the wasps on that side. I just completely neglected that. Looks like we did great on the right side, though, this time. It's just like the polar opposite of the last time. Okay, here is where the overlords actually come in handy. So if we just utterly faceplant, there is some hope for us because of this thing somehow producing air units. Like, we didn't have any answer to that. We just got swarmed. At the beginning, we were going to have to replace a lot of stuff. But, you know, actually this turned out to be a pretty good victory. Pretty good. Pretty good. I can't believe we're about to beat this on hard mode with just a joke build. And I'm pretty sure we're... Oh, this would have been so useful before. Absolutely not useful right now. Let's go and just get another amplifying core, because we just need a quick power spike. That is unfortunate, though. I will throw it onto one of my overlords, because overlords are pretty good. And... hopefully that one will survive. They have tons of marksmen this time around, but I'm just going to continue with my full... Look, we have completely surrounded them. Although at this point in time, it is basically useless to start flanking with people just because we're not going to get any benefit from future rounds when they spawn in instantly, so let's just ignore that. Otherwise, though, I'm content to just... Let's put all these things on the front line if we can. There we go. Okay, just a massive amount of mind control right there happening. Could be a good or a bad thing. Hopefully a good thing, not a bad thing. We don't have to keep any units alive after this round because this is indeed the last round. I think I'm actually going to put some points into crawling. I mean, we're already converting people, so I don't really see the point of creating more crawlers. It's a little silly. Crawlers are actually going to just win this round because we're against marksmen, and then I will put the rest toward just upgrading random people. So I really feel as though a lot of this has been me just talking about mind control and how good it is, although this round, to be fair, I think that the crawlers carried us quite a lot this run. The crawlers are just always a good thing, and they are, to be fair, a pretty good support unit for everything, but they're also a pretty good main unit for everything. So let's end deployment there. This one should be a cakewalk, because there's no aerial units and there's no shields. Unless if somehow something... Oh my god, it's just the sheer amount of sniper power. Wow, really? That is very surprising. I'm puzzling to think of what could possibly counter this many snipers if what I just put out there didn't. I am amazed. How did they take out all of my crawlers that fast? I mean, I suppose some type of shield could have been useful. Really, I guess a wasp swarm would have been useful. But just look at that. It's like a machine gun worth of snipers, man. That is puzzling and daft. Okay, maybe if this mind control guy has some opportunity to put something together. Otherwise, I would say that we then probably will have lost. Wow. Can we just see an instant replay? I think that is the end, so I'm a loser. Although, you know, I have the moral victory. Can I go back? I will save. I've saved the replay. Okay. That is acceptable. I will return to the lobby. Now, I feel as though that was like a pretty fair assessment of what is going on here. So do I have that actually in here? Replays. Okay, it actually is in the game. I thought I had to go into my PC files. I just kind of want to see that one in particular. Is it going to take me back to the very beginning? I'm curious because, no, not round one. Hang on a second. Okay, so we're on the instant replay feature. It does appear as if I have to go through it all in, like, real time, although you can kind of scroll around and look at all of your stuff, so pretty interactive. That's nice. I was thinking I could replay the battles or something like that, but you could actually go over your mistakes in that way. I was thinking I could look at that final round, but it looked like I just got basically machine gunned down by just a wall of snipers. You could think of a couple of potential you know, counters to that, mainly just, like I said, just a ton of wasps. Wasp Swarm is pretty good. Oh, this also shows me what the bot picked, too. That's interesting. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the lobby, but yeah, I think that's one of the really cool strategies here. Anyway, again, big thanks to Paradox Arc for sponsoring. I'm just really enjoying this game a lot. So they offered to sponsor a video, so I was just like, sure, why not? It's a pretty great game. It is still in. Let me just go back to the Steam page, make sure I'm not misspeaking on any of this. So, like I said, there is the Sandworm unit, either like on the day of or right around the time when I'm posting this. So there is a new unit. So they are adding new units, or well, one new unit to the game, because there is like a multiplayer meta to manage. So there is that. But yeah, MechaBellum, a very addicting and good game. Do check out the other modes, because like I showed at the very beginning, there are other maps, and there's a little bit more visual interest than maybe I showed, but I just really enjoy the mind control strategy. As well as, oh yeah, there is going to be another new map, so do check that out as well. I've personally just been enjoying the survival mode, but yeah, there are tons and tons of different units here, and so many like meme-worthy renditions of things. Some of my personal favorites are going Wraiths to try to make it like UFOs, War of the Worlds. Fangs, I have not figured out yet. There's probably some way to horribly spam them. Arclight are not that interesting. Marksman, I really enjoyed the way that the CPU played them, but you don't really have access to that much firepower with Marksman, so I regret to say that I haven't figured that one out yet. Mustangs are decent all around. Sledgehammers I haven't really had luck with. Stormcallers are great, but they need enemy units to be kind of slow or stationary. Steel balls I haven't had luck with. Rhinos are pretty cash money if used right, except there's certain things that they just can't hit at all. Hackers, we've seen the glory of hackers today. Wasps are amazing. Crawlers are amazing. These are kind of like your swarm bots. Phoenixes just have like utility. The ones that I really haven't tried out much would be like the giant bots. Scorpion also haven't really messed around with that too much, but some of these are ridiculous, and if used properly can be just like this insane tank factory. In particular, the war factory is stupid and big. I really want this thing to be good, but I haven't figured out a way to get it. I do like that things aren't like stupidly overpowered for the multiplayer meta, but there are still, you know, there are those that slip through the cracks. And anyway, so, but I guess in multiplayer, everyone just kind of takes advantage of that. Anyway, I personally just have been enjoying the single-player mode, and it is like engagingly difficult. You see, we got all the way up to hard there. I hope you see that I could have won that, or it was at least possible with that type of unit, which means, you know, you could keep going through with more hacker strategies, I suppose. But anyway, yeah, that's about it for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time.